Momma Cuisine is about making great everyday meals with simple ingredients and basic cooking techniques, and I want to show you how. Now tell me that this doesn't look like a meal you would find in a restaurant. This show also highlights restaurants, foodies, artisans, and events to help me in my quest in making great everyday meals. So come join me. I'm Johanna Cook of Momma Cuisine. Hi everyone, thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Momma Cuisine. I am Johanna Cook. As summer is going, I know a lot of you guys out there are at your grills day in and day out. I'm going to show you a really cool steak salad recipe that has a little slight twist that you may not be used to in eating your salads. So let's go ahead and start. First, I have here about 2 pounds of flank steak. I have my grill pan already heating up right now behind me, and my flank steak here just looks very, very nice. And I like this because it's leaner, but it still has a little bit of marbling on it. So we're gonna go ahead and season this with salt. Oh, first, should have drizzled it with a little olive oil. Put a little olive oil on this. All right, rub it through, front and back. Just kind of massage that. I have some salt here. I'm double dipping in my salt, so we're not going to use this for anything else but the steak. Salt it liberally, make it taste really good. Alright. Okay, and then we're going to add some pepper, of course. Salt and pepper. Basics to good cooking. Same thing on the back. Pepper, and then real simply a little bit of dried oregano. Okay, I'm just gonna do it straight from the jar here, and I know everyone has dried oregano in their pantries, right? So this is very simple. You don't need too much, just a little sprinkle of that. Let that sit there for a while. We could even put a little citrus on it. I have here an orange. Why not? I have citrus laying around. You have lemons, go ahead. Limes, squeeze a little bit in there. Give it a little acid. Plus the acid will help make it tender. So we'll just let that sit there for about 15 to 20 minutes, okay? Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do while that's sitting there is we're gonna make the dressing from scratch. Very easy. Blue cheese and steak salad. I mean, this is kind of a very classic combination. You find it all the time in steak houses, restaurants. So I'm going to show you just a very simple recipe. We have some buttermilk. Shake it up, and we're going to open this up. Let me see if I have a measuring cup. If not, we're just going to eyeball it, okay? All right. Let's do about half a cup of buttermilk. Make sure you always keep this in the fridge, right? I'm gonna add a little bit of mayonnaise. Let's do a heaping tablespoon of mayo. Creamy, yummy goodness. I love mayonnaise. Okay, we're gonna add here a lot of blue cheese, entire package. Oops. Also, I have garlic paste. This, I love garlic paste. I use it for dressings, marinades. Very easy and simple. Let's get a little bit of this. As much or as little as you want. We'll do about a teaspoon of that garlic paste. Okay, I'm gonna grab some salt. New salt, not the one that we used for the steak earlier since we double dipped in that. About a teaspoon of salt. A little bit of pepper. And again, just a small drizzle of olive oil, okay? And just to mimic the flavors that was in the steak, a little bit of this oregano, very little bit. And then we're just gonna whisk this all together. See that buttermilk? If you have fresh oregano, that would actually be even better if you have it handy. Just a few ingredients. All right, just mix that thoroughly. Let's go ahead, let me try this, see if we need anything else. Oh, that's perfect. Perfectly creamy. All right, so we'll set that aside, and that's all done, and then I'm gonna come back and show you exactly what to do on the grill. So the unique thing about the salad is not only are we gonna grill the steak, but we're also gonna grill the lettuce. I have here 3 heads of romaine lettuce. I know it sounds crazy, but it's pretty amazing. We did this at a restaurant that I used to work at, and the chef had the idea of grilling the lettuce, and what we're gonna do is keep it whole, okay? You're just gonna cut it in half, but we're not gonna take the ends off. That way the leaves aren't falling apart. And actually when you grill it, its sweetness comes out and that really nice charring. It's just such a unique flavor. Olive oil on here. Don't be afraid. Okay, and that way it has something to work with on the pan, all right? We're gonna add salt. Salt and pepper, right? Everything. Everything got salt and pepper. Basis of good flavor. A little bit of pepper. You could even do chili oil instead of olive oil. That puts a nice little twist. Chili oil. Okay, so let's bring this over to the grill and let's grill it real quick. Okay, we're gonna make sure that this is really super hot here. It's been heating through. And this, just gonna put it on there. And just let it do its thing. Don't touch it, don't mess with it too much. We just want it to char. We're not gonna grill it to the point that it gets real soggy. So it's very important that your pan or your grill is up real high so it gets that charring action that we're looking for. Look at that, it's charring already. Look at those grill marks. Perfect, that's perfect. We just want a little char, a little sear on the grill. So I finished grilling a romaine lettuce and you will see, look how pretty it looks. Just a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper. Put it on the grill just to get it seared, just to get those grill marks on there. And on the same pan, we're gonna go ahead and put our flank steak on and cook that. Just go ahead and put this on here. This has been marinating about 20 minutes. So right now it's on here. Make sure that your heat is very high. Watch your steak. We're gonna do about 5 minutes on each side. And what's nice is I can check it out here through and see how done I want it. I want it about medium, so I'll just keep an eye. And we're almost done with our grilled steak salad. So while our steak is working, I just have here Roma tomatoes and red onions, and we're gonna go ahead and slice them. I'm just gonna cut it real small, dice it up, really small here, just like how you see them. Something a little bit unexpected, totally different, but still so good. And that's really good also. Let's see here. Just one Roma tomato. We'll just sprinkle that on top. That already looks so pretty. Get a red onion here. Get the tears flowing. You guys know I always cry. As much as I cook, my tolerance for cutting onions. Let's see here. To get a small dice, cut it horizontally, very slowly. And don't slice it all the way through so that all of these are still intact. And that's how you get a really fine dice on your onions. And you just cut it And look at that, finely diced red onions. So our flank steak is ready. It's about medium right now, and I let it sit for about 5 minutes before I'm going to start slicing it. That way, all the juices go back in the steak and not out on the cutting board. We don't want it on the cutting board. We want it in the steak so it's nice and juicy and perfect. What we're going to do now, I have a serrated knife. We're going to cut the steak against the grain. The grain's going this way, and we're going to cut it against it. And that's really going to ensure that you have some really good tender pieces. And just slowly cut it. Slice it thin. Alright. We're going to start laying this on here, just across our grilled lettuce. And that way everyone gets their own flank. So here's our grilled steak salad. All the flank steak I cut very thinly, put it over our bed of grilled romaine lettuce. We're gonna have here, remember, we made our blue cheese, buttermilk blue cheese dressing earlier on. We're gonna take some of that. We'll just take a spoon, whisk it around, and drizzle it over the top. And you have yourself a really awesome steakhouse style salad, all from your grill. Something to really impress your guests. And there you go. I'm pretty generous with this blue cheese dressing because it's just so good with a grilled steak. And there you go, our grilled steak salad for you and your guests at home. Make sure you try this recipe. If you want to see any more recipes, please log on to mommacuisine.com and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I will see you next week. Goodbye.